like the video.
So the funniest thing happened. Believe it or not, my wife is
Leaving you?
She's right. So years ago when I was doing the podcast, before I knew it was going to be a full-time job and my dreams came true, I used to use copyrighted music for a whole lot of my outros. And then one day Spotify decided, hey, what if we just removed all of the episodes where you had copyrighted music in them?
Damn!
And at the time, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but now all the episodes are gone. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say, okay, Spice, you're right. All right, whatever. Anyways, here's a classic episode of
Derapy, Season 3 of Derapy, Season 3 of Derapy, Season 3 of Derapy.
I shared this tweet with myself, and the title of it, the caption of this post is, "Man proposes to his girlfriend after 10 years casually while she's driving. She says no because of how long they've been together, and she felt the way he did it was thoughtless." Who's wrong and who's right? Now we're going to listen to the video, and we're going to kind of break it down because it'll be fun.
I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like, I just proposed to my girl.
10 years,
we've been together.
10 years.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years.
Right off the bat, I completely understand the frustration from our girl here because I don't think it should take you 10 years to come to the conclusion that you want to be with somebody forever. It took me around 4. It took Spice a little less.
Careful.
But generally speaking, maybe after a year or two. Now, okay, to be fair, right? Spice and I had lived together for 3 or 4 years already, so we weren't really going to be in for any type of crazy surprises once we decided to be engaged and then get married. But 10 years?
10.
So I truly want to know, after 5 years, after 7 years, after 8.5 years,
9.
if somebody would have asked this guy what he's still waiting for, what would he have said? Like, what more do you need to know about the woman, you know?
And I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at
in
it.
the car, you ain't put no thought into it. You ain't taking me out to dinner or nothing. No type of little setup, rose
Why do it? But
flowers, nothing. Just this
but God,
ring.
but
Spoiler alert, I'm completely on the girl's side here. So she's basically saying, you know what? Yeah, you did propose, but you literally aren't trying at all.
You're not good enough.
For context, just so you kind of understand my perspective a little more in case you haven't listened to every episode I've ever put out.
No.
The way that I proposed to Spice just so happened to be in our apartment. But I tried to do something romantic. It didn't work. We went out to dinner and the vibes were just off because she had had like a really tough day at work and she was essentially complaining throughout the entire meal just about how hard her day was, which is totally fine, but not the ideal place to be proposed to, you know? Then after we left dinner, I was trying to like take her to this very special spot in the middle of town, like in the middle of our town square. They called it the square in Redacted. And there's this big monument, these steps with these lights on them. I thought that would have been an ideal place to propose. And she just wasn't in the mood to take a stroll. We get back to the apartment and I'm thinking plan C. I try to take her out to this dock right over the water. It just so happened that the sun was going down. It just seemed like really nice scenery. And she said, I don't know why you want to go for a walk so bad. And I was like, okay, well, fine, whatever. I don't want to spoil it. It's fine. And then when we finally got back into our apartment, we were getting ready to go to a movie. And I was like, this ring is burning a hole in my pocket. I might as well just propose. But at least she wasn't like driving, you know, that'd be kind of weird. So of all places to try and propose, you know, just while you're driving home from somewhere. And the girl clearly doesn't seem to be like in the mood. He's recording her. It's just like, just read the room, man. If you waited 10 years, maybe you could wait a day or two longer to literally do anything. No flowers, no dinner, no nothing. Like, what's going on, man?
And then after 10 years.
Crystal,
No.
you said you wanted to be married.
I don't want
I went out and bought this
like
ring.
5 years ago. I don't want that shit.
Damn, son.
Another 5 years to propose to me? No, I don't want
What you mean? So 10 years? Look, 10 years for me. That tells me if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
it. It don't take you 10 years.
People true colors.
It not take you
People
10
true
years.
colors don't be coming. Like, I gotta see your true colors. It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like, I don't get it. What you talking about? Like, so you really don't want to marry me?
My guy's totally missed the boat here. It is not the fact that this girl doesn't want to marry you. It's just that she knew a long time ago, and you finally decided to do it. And you would think if you were going to wait that long, it would be this beautiful grand gesture. And we're just in the car right now. It's just, dude, just take the L. The girl probably really does love you, because like, why would you stay with somebody for 10 years if the feelings weren't deep? You know, just pack it in, apologize, and just try again another day, like with literally any amount of effort, you know.
So you finna break up with me because I got you a ring 10 years later?
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like, it don't matter where you get proposed to.
It kind of matters.
As long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit. Can you stop recording me?
I'm not going to stop recording because you're unappreciative, and I want to show the world how unappreciative my girl is.
What?
Like, I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole, like, you know how much I spent on this ring, and you complain about where I proposed to you at?
Yeah, I think they're going to break up. I think could you imagine could you imagine like your parents trying to explain to you, like trying to talk to you about the story of how they got married, and having to include the part where your dad is complaining about how much he spent on the ring? Like, it's like at the time of the proposal, like, I feel bad. I honestly feel bad because, you know, 15, even 10 years ago, like a moment like this wouldn't exist where it's even appropriate to record you trying to propose to somebody in the car and then saying no. Like, what a time to be alive. Like, it's actually really messed up that you're even aware that this happened. Like, the fact that I even know how much this relationship sucks is really unfortunate. I feel bad for the girl, and I feel bad for this guy. I mean, I don't feel that bad for him, but in the moment, like, I understand why he's emotional because he just proposed to somebody and they said no.
Damn.
But to post this on the internet, assuming that people are going to come away from this thinking that she's a bad person for being upset that you proposed to her after 10 years while she's driving, is like, it's just, you're just on the wrong side of this one, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, quick break in the action here. Editor Derek here. In the future, the next bit from the show, the audio is a little wonky because this guy used to suck at editing shows. So yeah, it gets better. Just wanted you all to know that I know. All right, so people don't comment like, "Oh, this Editor Derek guy is trash." It wasn't me. It wasn't.
Back to the show.
Toxic masculinity is at an all-time high because on December 24th, I found this tweet. Don't worry about how I found it. It's just the world of Twitter.
He should have left.
This guy
It only got worse.
goes by Eric. His @ is AMERIX, so Amerix maybe?
Expose him!
And he says, men, don't be emotionally attached to your children.
Huh?
A teacher doesn't attach to his students. A leader doesn't attach to his followers. A man who is emotionally attached to his children will be manipulated by his wife. #masculinity Saturday.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
I don't know if this is trolling or not. It's gotten to the point where there's so many ridiculous things on the internet. I don't even know who's joking and who's serious anymore. But let's do a little bit of digging, all right? I'm going to do this live. Let me see if I can actually get to this guy's profile and see if this is like his normal vibe or if he's like a known troll. Let's see. Oh, God. Okay. Update. So I cut a little bit so I could just get back to this guy's profile. And this is his thing. He starts a lot of his tweet out. He begins a lot of his tweets by saying, men, like just men. Like, so this is his normal thing. Okay, so he's dead serious. So for example, 2 days ago, he said, men, a good woman is a good woman. Don't be a problem in your relationship. Don't stress someone's daughter because of your stupidity and weakness.
Talk to him.
Provide for her.
Mm-hmm.
Protect her.
Okay.
Precede her.
All right.
Penetrate her.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, I didn't read the rest of it before I read it live. Not just her body, but her soul and spirit. #masculinity Saturday. Okay, so this is like his thing. All right, so he wasn't joking. So let's go back to his original, this original one that I found, the first one that I saw. Yeah, don't be emotionally attached to your children it's a very strange take. I don't really get that one at all. How are you not emotionally attached to your children? They're like literally part of you. Like you made them. Like I would be emotionally attached to a pizza if I was the one that baked it. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand. Yeah, every part of this tweet is wrong, actually. So don't be emotionally attached to your children is already insane. A teacher doesn't attach to his students. Why not though? Like, okay, I understand not having like a intimate relationship with every child that you teach because they're not your kids. Like it is your job to just be a teacher. But you should care about them. Like on some level, like you should, like let's say for example, one of your kids doesn't show up to class one day and you find out it's because they have cancer or something. Should you just be like, well,
No.
it's not my kid. I'm just teaching. Like that would be strange. That'd be a strange reaction to have. So I categorically disagree with the majority of this tweet. And then a leader doesn't attach to his followers. Why not? I feel like you don't really deserve to have followers if you can't like connect with them. And I would argue that attaching and connecting is kind of synonymous. So I don't really understand how you lead without having some level of compassion or care for the people that are following you, you know? Like I would ideally emotionally attach to anybody that even takes the time to listen to 18 minutes of a podcast, you know?
11:30.
So I don't know about that. And then finally, a man who is emotionally attached to his children will be manipulated by his wife. I don't even really see what one thing has to do with the other.
That's weird.
I just don't really understand that. Let me see what the replies to this tweet are actually, because I want to understand. Like maybe it is all one big joke. Like I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth on this. Like, does everybody understand that this guy is like trolling, or is this like is he dead ass? Who knows? No, this is the duality of Twitter actually, because the first comment I see underneath it says true. And then the next comment I see says, keep that dumb shit in Kenya, bro. So
Why?
yeah, this other person says, is this a parody account? I don't know. Like, I literally don't know. Because the thing is, even if it is a parody account, right? There are a lot of people that are like unironically agreeing with it. So if it is a parody account, if it's all meant to be satire, it's doing a bad job, actually. So just, I don't know, if you're like a young, impressionable person, which I think most of the people listening to my show aren't.
Yeah, y'all are grown.
But if you're just an impressionable person in general, if you're the type of person that follows people online and is looking for like solid advice on how to like treat people in your life, like just watch out for like accounts like this on Twitter, because I don't even know if they're meant to be serious, but some people are taking them seriously. You just don't do that because it's Twitter. Hey, it's Derek from the future. I feel like listening back to that episode, I sounded so much more chill and calm and measured. But to be fair, at the time, I used to record these episodes in the library at the college that I went to. Like I would pull up super early in the morning and I would take one of the reserved rooms that were reserved for college students, even though I was out of college at the time. But like I would literally get up at like 5 or 6 in the morning so I could be one of the first people into the library, so I would have a quiet place to record. That was happening in like 2021, 2022 when I first started the show. So yeah, I was always locked in. It's really nice to hear me talk about having compassion for people that are following you, because 3-4 years later, now I'm doing this full time, and I feel like a lot of my success can be attributed to actually caring about the people that are listening to the show. So it's really nice hearing me talking about that and being able to follow through on that today in the big 2025. So yeah, that's all I got for you all today. I hope you all enjoyed a little throwback season 3 of Derapy episode. If you are listening to this on Monday, April 14th of 2025, I am going to be going live soon and listening to music that members of my YouTube channel made, which is pretty cool. One of the coolest things about Derapy, and one of the coolest things that I've always thought this show was a great idea for, is the fact that I can document things. That's why made me a little bit sad when I saw all my episodes being removed for copyright. So at some point I'm going to get them all back up, because there's nothing more important to me than being able to listen back to these in the future and maybe, you know, have future children of mine listen back to them. That's why I think it's important to be honest when we're out here talking about what's going on in our lives. But that's all I got for you today. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, enjoy the outro. You know what? Got a little throwback one for y'all.
It's season 3 of Derapy.
Yeah. 11 years old, getting bullied about the glasses. I used to be afraid to get caught lacking between the classes. And in high school, I was trying to impress the girls and they were laughing. But you gotta remember who's laughing with you and who's laughing. Wait, talking about being popular back in grade school, that's lame as hell. If I ever do it again, then I swear to God, just kick my tail. I should not be swearing. My mom's a God-fearing woman and I fear the man upstairs too, but he's cool with what I've been cooking. And of course, yeah, it's all up in the name of him, not blaming him for nothing in my childhood. Cause nowadays, I got no real complaints and I've been smiling good. Never had to worry about the struggle of coming up out the hood. Cause now I just gotta be the man I promised Spice I said I would be. Going crazy on the beat like it's some bongos and I'm Donkey Kong. I'm my own boss, so don't you tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm feeling right like the Sprite with a little bit of strawberry. I'm hard bellied, wanna get rid of the gut, but like the hard seltzy. Look, I love my White Claw, but he's not an alcoholic.